So, Monday Night Raw. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm JP the Outlaw, here to give you my review of Monday Night Raw, June, okay, the 3rd, 2017. It's the voice that makes you moist. Your favorite color commentator here to give you one of his better reviews. I'm not as mad at this episode of Raw, or just a little disappointed in the direction that they decided to go in. And what I mean by that is, you got Enzo and Cass, which is a pretty good tag team in itself. I'm still against breaking up Enzo and Cass, even though Enzo put on a hell of a promo. A hell of a promo after last week. He comes out to say his piece. I don't have a problem with that at all. The way he was treated last week, he looked like a stone cold chump. This week, he looked like he grew his balls. This week, he looked like he was ready to go to war with Big Cass. With the whole underdog thing. And I like Enzo because he's a little guy that has dominant mic skills. Dominant mic skills. I mean, he's weird as fuck, but he comes from Jersey, so what do you expect? Nothing against people from Jersey. I actually like people from Jersey. Some of them, not all. That takes us into the first match of the night. Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss, best friends forever, versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. Bayley gets taken out early in this match. Nice little bump from Nia Jax, takes Bayley out of here. So it was really just Sasha going up against Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, and she did fairly well. The story that they told in the ring was pretty good. Nia Jax winds up picking the win over getting the win over, I believe, the champion, which you guys already know I do not like. And for a go-home show, this normally means Sasha Banks is not going to win the women's title, which I don't have a problem with. I think you're better off leaving it on Alexa Bliss until you're ready to run with Nikki Jax. I think you can run with Nikki Jax at SummerSlam, turn around, have Nia go at it for Night of Champions. Especially given Nia Jax, Sasha at Night of Champions, but given Nia Jax' performance last week in the championship gauntlet match, I wouldn't mind seeing Nia Jax with the title on her. I definitely wouldn't mind that. Backstage with Kurt Angle and Braun Strowman, Braun tells Kurt that he wants more competition. He knows Kurt Angle's a smart man. He knows he can figure it out. Kurt's response with Roman Reigns is not here tonight. So I don't think nobody else in the back of the locker room wants to fight you. And again, of course, Braun walks off. Yeah, you'll get it done. You're smart, man. You'll get it done. They show a old school sit down video package for Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar later tonight, which I always said they should have brought that back ever since Stone Cold and The Rock had that sit down with, I believe, was JR right before Austin took his ball and ran home. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. What else we got here? Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar. Why are we still watching this feud? Why is this feud even on Raw? 205 Live, okay. That's fine. Raw, no. Not at all. Not at all. These two guys have been going at it for the latter part of a year, damn near. And the only thing that came out of this feud is Alicia Fox with a neck brace. That's all I can get. Nobody has elevated, moved forward. You're not invested in this feud. Why is it on Monday Night Raw? Why is it eating up valuable time? Don't get me wrong, Cruiserweights got to get on there. Cruiserweights can open the show. And then you can have your Enzo and Cass moment. But again, that's just me. Apparently, still not giving enough time. Why waste not even 5 fucking minutes on this match? Trying to figure it out. Anyway, in-ring segment with The Miz and his Miz Taraj. Also with Dean Ambrose, Heath Slater, and Rhino. Okay? Miz trying to fix the mistakes of the WWE last week. He cuts a promo about the Big Baller brand, how they pick Dean to be their spokesperson, and he's lazy, and so on and so forth. Little hidden innuendos there, but we're not going to get into that. Me personally, to do the damage control, I think Miz had a interview segment which I thought was pretty good for that segment. You know, he gave out the best possible corporate answer that he could give as far as the luau ball situation from last Monday when somebody dropped the N-word. Do I like the Miz in this particular light trying to do the same thing? No, I think something like that, if you're gonna break kayfabe all the way and try to keep it consistent, try to keep it looking like a finished product versus what the fuck is this, I would have left Miz exactly. I would have let him do what he did based off his response. Of course, you got Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas chiming in at the same time on how they feel about the situation on social media. So, of course, you know, I look at The Miz as one of the ambassadors for the WWE. He's going to give you a corporate answer 9 times out of 10. And I like The Miz. I think The Miz could be shot back up to that heavyweight level if they put the machine behind him. I doubt if they do that, though. It's The Miz. You get so many, it could be so much wrong with that in so many different ways because it's The Miz. This was pretty decent. The segment breaks down pretty fast. Heath Slater comes out. He wants to challenge The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Heath Slater personally is the last person to actually pin The Miz. So it kind of makes sense. It really doesn't, though. You dig what I'm saying? Dean Ambrose, you've had title shot after title shot after title shot. Let's move you out of that limelight. Let's put you against an Apollo Crews, a handicap match at Great Balls of Fire against freaking The Miz Taraj, and let somebody else take that number one contender spot. It's not that I don't like Dean. I think Dean could be the next Rowdy Piper if he can find his strive. He hasn't found that connection with the fans. That's what I believe. And I think that's the problem why people hasn't gotten behind him like a Seth Rollins, who has found that connection after turning heel and turning good again. You dig me? I think Dean, it's time for Dean to switch it up. I think he is in desperate need of a heel turn. Desperate need. Have him go up against a Finn Balor. At the end of that feud, Dean turns heel. He takes out Finn Balor, and then you can have whoever you want to put in that number one contender spot beat The Miz. Or leave it on The Miz. But have a different Dean. This ain't the same Dean. This Dean is ruthless. He's aggressive and he's on your ass constantly, week in, week out on a Monday Night Raw. I think that would be a better go at it for whoever has that Intercontinental title to just bring something different to it. That goes into a match, Heath Slater versus Miz for the Intercontinental title. Of course, you had Dean Ambrose on commentary. Dean Ambrose on commentary sounds like a retired crackhead. And I'm just going to say that because Dean, like I said, he's not at that level where you're connecting with the fans yet. And I think that's his biggest problem. I mean, he comes off as I don't give a fuck, I'm arrogant, I don't really care, I'm here, but I really don't care about stuff like winning gold and all that other good stuff. And with that type of attitude, it's perceived as lazy. Yes, it would be perceived as lazy. If you had a kid that said, you know, I'm only here for this, that, and the third, you wouldn't give that kid responsibilities at any point in time because he's only here for this, that, and the third. The Miz fought his match in a suit. I personally do not like this angle. I feel as though if you're going to run something like this, you should have had them come out. This luau ball situation should have been the first thing on the show, and then give him his time to change, and then come back out to the ring and fight for his Intercontinental title. I don't like that they threw him right into that, and plus Heath Slater losing like that just makes Heath Slater look like a fucking bum. And he pulled off a couple of good spots in this match. I'll give it to Heath Slater. He gets his title shot, but no dice. He winds up losing with the outside interference from The Miz to Raj. Of course, he brings the distraction. Rhino was out there. Rhino tried to come out, help his partner. That didn't work out. He almost hit Maurice. Bo Dallas hits him from behind. The Miz grabs Heath Slater after the attack from the back and DDTs Heath Slater, or again a modified faceplant from the Miz. I forget the name of the Miz move, but pretty good. I didn't mind this little chunk, I would say 45 to half an hour chunk of Miz shit. Like I'm just gonna call it that. It's Miz shit. Because Dean is not pushing the Miz over. The Miz is actually carrying cats. He's carrying Bo Dallas and Kurt Hawkins. I would have rather seen them with Bray, but that's a different story. Backstage segment with Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. Titus wants Apollo Crews to go up against Braun Strowman tonight. And he hyped him up to do it. So, there you go. There's nothing else to add to that. I'm a big fan of Apollo Crews from the Indies. Okay? All right? Una Nation. Another in-ring segment with Golden Truth. Goldust, he pretty much, well, not Golden Truth, but Goldust pretty much highlighted his attack on R-Truth for last week. And that was pretty much the world premiere that he had to show everybody. R-Truth is in the ring. He throws the popcorn at Goldust, starts attacking him, and Goldust gets the hell out of there. And that was pretty much the end of that segment. Another backstage segment with Kurt. He talks to Sheamus and Cesaro about their Iron Man match for Great Balls of Fire, which, again, a tag team Iron Man match hasn't been done in years. I think the last team to actually do that, I was watching ROH maybe. I think it was ROH. I think Sheamus and Cassius Ohno versus, I forget who they were fighting. But Sheamus and Cassius Ohno was in the last tag team Iron Man match that I saw in my life. And that was a pretty good match. So you take out Cassius, you add in Cesaro, and put the Hardys in there. Let's see what happens. Would I give the titles back to the Hardys? No. I would keep it on Sheamus and Cesaro. And I think that's where they're going with. Cesaro is due to do a movie. He's going to be taking some time off soon. I wouldn't look to put it back on the Hardys just yet. I would have them lose on some like, how the fuck did you lose to these guys type time. But I would rather them put it on another heel team and let the Hardys be the chasers of the title, because it's easy to get behind the baby face that's hungry and is looking for a challenge versus the heel that's just being a dick and going behind the dominant baby faces. So he tells them about the match. Cesaro says he wants a competition tonight. And he was like, well, Braun Strowman's looking for somebody. Cesaro was like, are you fucking crazy? I want Finn Balor. And that's pretty much how that segment ended. So, I wouldn't mind them putting the machine behind Cesaro either. Give him a fucking female manager. Let her do all the talking for Cesaro. They had it right when he first came out. When he first came out, they had him with the, I don't know if she was British or whatever. But they had him with her. She promoted him a little bit better than I would even say Paul Heyman. It's always good to have some type of